Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about Doja Cat, and I don't know if this situation is so huge, and I feel like everyone who watches a commentary channel is waiting for a video like this. Like, I just kind of know because I myself have been waiting for videos about the Doja Cat situation. And I wanted to do a video when it first happened, when everything first started to pop off, but I decided to wait because the situation itself is just so strange. And I think that this is just a weird situation. And I think now that she has really spoken out, she's not only posted an apology, just on her Instagram, but she also went live and really just talked about it. I feel like now I can kind of give more of a well-rounded opinion, well-rounded comment about it. I don't know how to put it, but it just makes more sense to talk about it now. It's just a strange situation. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. But before we do get into it, please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And please turn on the post notifications so that you are notified every time I post a new video. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video. All right, so first I want to preface this by saying that this situation has a lot to do with a lot of, I think, more internalized self-hate, internalized racism, and very complicated ideas of race that many people, at least from what I have seen people talk about on social media, do not face. I don't think that a lot of people understand these types of concepts unless you have this in common with me and with Doja Cat. We're both biracial. So if you understand that the biracial struggle, especially when you're half black and half something else, and and specifically, it gets even more niche. It's specifically if your mom is not black, because my mom is not black, Doja Cat's mom is not black, but you have a black father, it just gets, there's a lot of racial war inside your own head, as far as just identity and self-love. And I think that a lot of people that were commenting on the situation did not have that experience, so they don't understand what she's saying. They don't understand why she thinks this way. However, I understand it. I do. I'm going to be completely transparent throughout this video about my own personal experience, not going too deep, but just kind of telling how I feel as far as through a biracial lens and through someone who has a similar experience to her, who has a similar racial experience to her. All right, so Doja Cat. She is a rapper. She got really big, I think my senior year of high school. I think that's when she started to blow up as far as on the internet. And I think that that's an important thing to note, is that Doja Cat she really blew up because of the internet. The internet made her famous. She really capitalized off of the internet. And I've said this just a few weeks ago. I think I was talking to someone about this, but I was saying she knew how to work the internet, and I think that it went really well for her in that sense. It backlashed, obviously. It totally it totally just slapped her in the face. However, she knew how to get big off of the internet. So her first big song was the Moo song, where she's talking about how she's a cow and she's not a cat, even though her name is Doja Cat. And I think a lot of people didn't understand that song was totally a joke. A lot of people were like, wow, she's an idiot. Why would you make a song like that? And I'm like, dude, if you don't understand that's a joke, you're the idiot, all right? And I think that she set a precedent for being very just funny and having a sense of humor, not taking herself too seriously. And the rest of her music is very much like that. And in my personal opinion, I saw her, and I still kind of see her, if she can salvage the rest of her career from the situation, I see her as being like sort of like this generation's Nicki Minaj, even though Nicki Minaj, like, she's her own person, but I think that they share this commonality where they both know how to cross the pop and the rap realms very seamlessly and can do very well in both genres, and therefore can have such a huge fan base and can have so many people liking their music, whether you just like her because she's a really good rapper or you like her because of the fact that she does kind of kooky, out of the box, pop-esque music. And you know, Doja, her first number one single was literally like a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, and it was the song Say So. And that song very much has both that pop and that rap aspect that a lot of people really enjoy. You know, those are really like two of the biggest genres in the world right now, and she knows how to cross over seamlessly, and she knows how to work the internet because Say So got big from TikTok and she capitalized off of it, put Nicki Minaj on the remix, which I thought was super appropriate. And yeah, she just knew how to do it. And I was very excited to see her growth, and I still am excited to see her growth if she can get back on her feet from the situation, just because I think that she has a lot of potential and she's in a certain box that we needed to be filled in the industry, in my personal opinion. I just felt like, you know, the fact that she's so funny and so kind of out there and someone that you don't need to take super seriously, because I think now artists take themselves a little too seriously, and she's like, no, don't take me seriously. I enjoyed that and I appreciated that. However, and here's where we get into the drama. The hashtag Doja Cat is over party started trending like literally after, like the day after Lana Del Rey got canceled, which is funny because Lana mentioned Doja Cat in her post that I talked about in my last video. If you want to go ahead and watch that video, she talked about Doja Cat in that post, and Doja Cat was the only one to comment on that post. She said something weird. I don't even know what she meant by it, but she commented on that post, and the next day she was getting canceled for being in group chats that were apparently racist, and then I guess like saying the N-word with the hard R to white men, and just a lot of like weird stuff. And I know that I'm missing more, but these are the main things that she was being canceled for. These are the main things that people were saying on the internet. Therefore, those are the things that I'm going to talk about, because if I just try, there's too much to talk about in this situation, honestly, because after she got exposed for this first stuff, she got exposed for more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the clips of her in these group chats, and yeah, and then I'm just gonna talk about the situation and the aftermath and kind of what I think about her response to her cancellation.
I think that explains it. Speaking of desensitized gag reflexes, my loose lady of the night, Doja. So easy and loose. Let's go to the inn. And only two syllables.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Her shirt reminds me of a baby duck. Her shirt is like a chick.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, my lady Dallas. What does that remind you of?
It reminds me of like a little duckling with feathers.
She thinks she's a hot
It's
chick.
yellow and it's got feathers. It's like a little duckling.
A chick.
Oh, I just lost a cigarette. Dude, ADD just DM'd me. Learned anything new today? And I said, yeah, I learned if you sunk a dunker, you can be anybody. Hey, ADD, why didn't you want to know what I learned today, man? Why you have to focus in on the beautiful lady? With another comment. I learned that we could have been anybody. Hey, ADD, you look Arabic. Are you? Oh, boy. I learned that we could have been an F-buddy? What? ADD, has anybody ever told you that you look Arabic? Kendall, you shut the fuck.
So she also posted this apology a few days after all of this came to light, So go ahead and pause this video to read it. All right, so my first initial thought was, what is she actually getting canceled for? I'm going to be completely honest with you, especially because it seemed like people were just saying, oh my gosh, she's in a racist group chat. But they didn't really like show that the group chat was a racist group chat, if that makes sense. There were people who were like in messages and they're like, oh yeah, there are white supremacists in this group chat. But that doesn't mean that the group chat itself was a white supremacist group chat, if you get what I'm saying. Like, just because one person in that group chat happens to also be a member of the KKK doesn't mean that the whole group chat is now like about the KKK. So I felt like people were just kind of instantly like, okay, we're ready to cancel. And I'm just like, wait, hold up. Like, what evidence do we have that she's really participating in that, other than her using the N-word with a hard R with white men? And then it came to my next question, which was, are we really canceling a black person for using the N-word? Let's really talk about it, because I mean, I personally don't use the N-word, period. I don't think anyone should, period. However, that's really up to the black community and how they feel, how you personally feel. You know, I'm not going to sit here and check a black person for using the N-word. I might say, hey, maybe we shouldn't use this word because of the history. And, you know, some people think that using the word is just taking it back. Some people think that, you know, black people can't use it in like a derogatory term because of the fact that they are black themselves. So it's like, other people might say it and you might not know their intentions, whereas a black person says it, you know their intentions. They're just saying the word because they can't be racist like to their own people. Which brings up another point. You know, people are calling Doja Cat racist, and I'm like, how is she racist if she is black? There's a difference between racist and self-hatred, and that is just interesting to me that people would say that. You know, and then it's just, there's just a lot, okay? There's a lot to unpack here. And I just felt like everyone is just tweeting about this, but no one's really giving any evidence that she's racist other than her using the N-word. And I'm like, how is she racist to black people if she is black? And why are we canceling a black person for saying the N-word? I thought that the whole point, like, I thought that the whole thing was, if you're black, you can, and if you're not black, you can't. But suddenly, if you're black, you can't either, or, well, if you're not black enough, right? Oh, and also if you meet our standards, because Obama is black, but Doja Cat isn't, right? But Obama is half white, but you're not black. Because what? I don't know. We just decided that you're not black today. Today is the day that we decide that you're not black. And that's where I think my personal kind of thing comes in, is I think for a very long time I felt invalidated by both sides of, I have two races. I felt invalidated by both, because it's like, you know, if you do anything that goes against, like, or not even goes against, but just is different from other people in that race, suddenly you're invalidated. You're not black, right? If you speak proper English, you're not black. You act white. If someone who's fully black speaks with proper English, I think it's a little different than if someone who is like Doja Cat, half white, it's, oh, you just like your white side more. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's hard to tiptoe on that line. I don't know how to put it, but I understand that. Now, do I agree with her using the N-word like that? Of course not. I don't. But do I think that she needs to be canceled for that? I don't. So I was like, why is she getting canceled for this? Then she went on live and she talked about, you know, just everything that people have been canceling her for, and just kind of defending herself. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those videos, and then I will come back with what I have to say about the situation.
From me and the people I work with. Like any business, like any conglomerate, there would be many people trying to protect what's going on. And that's exactly what we were trying to do. So I'm just gonna, debunk everything. I have bullets. So I'm gonna start with self-hate. I've seen tweets about me. It's a video. It's not even me. It's my friends helping me see through Twitter with a filter. I'm not on Twitter. That shit hurts my feelings. Seeing people come for me, seeing people come for my character, just like any of you guys, it wouldn't feel good to me. So I avoid social media. My friends looked on social media and they told me what was going on. I know exactly what you guys are talking about as far as self-hate goes. I had a video of me talking about my hair. I have a lot of trouble taking care of my...
4C could suck my ass, is what 4C could do. 4C could... Thought I heard my boyfriend. 4C could bend over and lick my ass. Good luck trying to finger comb it. Good luck trying to put a wide tooth through it the first couple of minutes. Jesus Christ. Why even God was like, let me give this bitch 4C hair just so that she could go bald. You know what I mean?
A lot of my friends would agree who have hair like mine, that they have a hard time taking care of it. What I think that the mistake may have been that I made was saying it on a social platform, saying it out in public, maybe being honest about how I feel about taking care of my hair was a bad idea.
All right, so like Doja wanted to start off with the hair comments, I'm also going to start off with the hair comments. I also forgot to put that with the other things that she was getting canceled for, just because those things were like the biggest point was the racist group chat. But she also did have this video put out. I don't like how she addressed this. She's like, I am sorry for being public about this. And my thing is like, have you not reflected on this at all? Like, have you not seen how people could be hurt by you talking about 4C hair? Mind you, she doesn't have 4C hair. Like, sorry to say, like, baby, that your hair isn't 4C. But I mean, from what I saw in that video, I'm like, sis, that's not 4C, but like, you do you, boo. Like, that's okay. Anyways, but it seemed like she couldn't do any self-reflection when it came to like understanding that maybe that could hurt somebody. Like, to me, what it was screaming was, and this is just me speaking from my own experience of having non-Black relatives who maybe didn't say the best comments about my hair growing up, and me believing it for a very long time, and me still having to try to struggle to understand how to reconcile what I grew up with, what I grew up being taught, and what is truth and what is reality, because those are two different things in my personal opinion. You know, she has a white mother, and she probably thinks that straight hair is the best hair because it's so easy to manage. And, you know, so I hate the hair that I have because it's not like the hair that I wish I had, that I grew up around, that I was taught is better. And I think at the big old age of however old she is, she's older than I am, at some point you have to do some introspection, dude. Like, you have to like realize that people are hurt by our comments for a reason. There's not no reason, I guess you could say. Like, people aren't just saying this to hear themselves speak. People aren't just tweeting just to tweet. I mean, I think in some situations they are, but not in this one. And it seems like she did no introspection in like the week that she took to talk about the situation. She took so long to talk about the situation. She starts off talking about the situation and explaining, I guess, kind of explaining how she felt. And it's fine. I think that it's fine to feel like my hair is so hard to manage and to have that kind of irritation at your hair. But at the end of the day, to say it the way that she did, to also say that she has 4C hair when she doesn't, and then to not realize that people could be hurt by that, even though it's not what you meant, and even though you were speaking to your own experience rather than speaking about everybody else's hair who has 4C hair, you should still be able to give a real apology because you hurt people. Like, you can't really see that you hurt people. It seemed like she's just saying, I'm sorry that I said this and you heard it. Like, instead of just saying, I'm sorry that I said this, I didn't mean to say it that way. I didn't mean to come off that way. I was speaking more to my experience and I didn't see how others could be affected by it. Then it would just be, okay, fine, move on. Because, I mean, it's a simple, you can see what she meant, but the way that she apologized for it was just so, it was an apology in my personal opinion. And I think that she could have at least given a simple, like, I'm sorry because I didn't mean to say it that way. Because I think it's obvious that she didn't, you know? I feel like she just didn't want to apologize for that, in my personal opinion. I just felt like she felt annoyed by that situation. Anyways, moving on. The next things that she apologized for.
Song. And it was to kind of take back and fucking just say fuck you to those people. The song, however, I agree, the worst, maybe the worst song in the entire world. Not good. Lyrically, lost. The worst song. The lyrics in the song don't make sense. I see some of the interpretations of the lyrics. A lot of them are wrong. I can rewrite the lyrics for you guys. I don't know how important that is. But if you need me to, I can. But that song is in zero ways, in no way connected to police brutality or Sandra Bland. And
now, this next thing that she talked about was apparently a song that she apparently put out that people were saying was about Sandra Bland. I haven't heard the song. I don't know how accurate that is. But what I will say is that just from what I just don't think that she's that dumb. Plain and simple, I don't think that she's that dumb. I think that she was dumb a lot in the situation, and we'll get into that later. But in this particular, I don't think that she's that dumb to write a song taunting Sandra Bland. I just don't think that that's... there are certain things that I'm just using logic about, and I think that a lot of, throughout the situation, and kind of what I touched on earlier, was just that I think that people are reaching. I do. I think that people are reaching, like you're canceling a black person for saying the N-word. And now just with her addressing like this song situation and how people are interpreting it incorrectly, I do kind of believe that just from what I've seen on Twitter, just from how I've seen people drag her, and not making valid points. It's one thing if you're making valid points, but I think that a lot of the tweets that I've seen have been just invalid points in my personal opinion. So I do think that the song that she was referring to didn't have anything to do with Sandra Bland. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section below, but just from common sense, I don't think that she's that dumb to do something like that.
The chat room that I go to is a public chat room. It's me, my friends. You go in there. Now you have to pay $30 to get into the chat room, which is a new thing. But I used to go in there for free. And I learned, that there are racist people who come in and out of the chat. They're there. They happen and then they're banned. The idea that this chat room is a white supremacist chat room is, I don't understand it in any way. The hard RN word, I'm in no way into race play. I don't know anybody who does it. These people who made this video about me are Abbott and Preach, who made this video. I think it was Preach that knows people who are into race play. I am in no way. I am completely not into it. I'm kinky as fuck. Very kinky. But to that extent, no. So I think that's where they tied it in. Maybe Preach thought that I was talking about race play, or I was trying to perform that in public in some way.
All right, now the chat rooms. First of all, why are you in these chat rooms? You have the #1 song in America. Why are you in these chat rooms? What are you doing? What are you doing? I would say this to anybody. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you dumb? Seriously, you're gonna get canceled. Do you know that? Like, you know you're gonna get exposed, right? You know if you do anything dumb, you're gonna get exposed. You can't be on these chat rooms for more than 5 minutes. You say, I love my fans, and then you leave. Like, what are you doing, sis? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Did you not know that something bad was gonna happen? Especially, like, your life is different now. Like, people are going to... This is me as, like, her publicist. What in the world were you thinking? Why are you acting as, like, you're a 14-year-old with no responsibilities in high school, and you think these chat rooms are fun and cool and make you different? And I don't know what she was thinking, but it was not intelligent. That was my first thought as soon as I saw those chat rooms. I saw they were like from like, I think one of the most recent videos, or I think one of the videos that I put in was like from like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, why are you in these chat rooms? You have the #1 song in America. What are you doing? What are you doing? At some point, you have to realize that, like, you can't just do normal people stuff. And it irks me to even say that, because I feel like people should just have the freedom to do what they want to do at the end of the day. However, for your image, to make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen to you, you can't just do stuff like that. You have to be more careful about who you talk to and who you trust and what you say on the internet, period. Honestly, in general, you need to be careful about what you say on the internet. Like, my job has been telling me, like, listen, don't tweet crazy stuff, because we will see it and we will have a hard conversation. And I'm like, yeah, because you're representing the company and yourself. And if you want millions of people to buy your records, how about you don't do stuff like this on the internet that you could get exposed for? That's just plain common sense. And I feel like she needed to have that conversation with herself. Someone needed to have that conversation with her if they knew that she was doing this, because now it's led to this. Like, this could have been prevented if you just stopped being in those group chats. Now, as far as the claims that she was in a racist group chat, I simply do not believe that. I haven't believed that since day one. Like, it was very hard to fathom. And like I said earlier, just because you have a person in the group chat who is racist, or even multiple people, it doesn't mean that the group chat itself is racist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where people got that from. I feel like people just said it and they just took that and ran. Because it's not like, I didn't even see like a title of the group chat that said like, we hate black people, like, group chat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no indication other than like what people were just saying about it to indicate, like, there were videos of the group chat itself. But even in those videos, she was the only one that said anything racial from what I saw, right? So where did they get that from? I feel like at that point, people just saw a lot of white men. I'm just being honest. This is just how I feel. People saw a lot of white men and said, oh, what? Oh my gosh. And she said the N-word. Wow. This must be racist. Like, because I don't know how else they could link racism to the group chats other than the fact that she said the N-word in that one video. And even then, I'm like, so why are we canceling a black person for saying the N-word? I'm going to keep going back to that because I think that that's ridiculous in my personal opinion. Why are you trying to cancel a black person for who they say the N-word to? You know how many rappers say the N-word to like millions and millions of people? Right? Like, we continuously have this issue of TikTokers who decide to sing the N-word in a song and now we all attack them. Right? But no one attacks the rapper, which I don't think that people should attack the rapper. Right? But it's kind of the same argument that these TikTokers use, or that these people who defend these TikTokers use as well. That person said the N-word and, they shouldn't have said it so that they don't make us say it, which is dumb in and of itself. You can control your own mouth. But now you're saying that Doja Cat can't say the N-word around white men. Like, what is the logic here? There are so many logical fallacies in all of these arguments that it's actually infuriating, because I'm sitting here like, I'm not, listen, if we had a good reason to cancel her, I would have been canceled her. I like some of her songs, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit here and act like Boo Boo the Fool. But I'm not going to sit here and act like Boo Boo the Fool either when it comes to canceling someone just because millions of people on Twitter tell me to. I'm going to look at the facts myself, because that's what I do. That's how I operate. And quite frankly, I sat here and I looked at the facts and I kept looking and I kept thinking, well, I mean, there's got to be a reason why people are canceling her. And I still have yet to really see it as far as these racist group chat things. Now, apparently she said some things about like Muslims, which whatever she said, if she tweeted those things, if she didn't, I really don't know. I don't have those screenshots, just because I didn't want to include them in this video. Just because that's not the main thing that she was being canceled for. That's not the thing that everyone was talking about. However, if she did that, then yeah, she's disgusting for that. We can talk about that. But as far as this, I'm not going to cancel her for saying the N-word around other non-black people. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. Like, if you want to cancel her over that, I don't know how you're going to justify your logic, but go ahead. I'm not going to do that because I just think that is dumb. Okay? I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like, what? The 4C thing I can understand, especially with her apology. I just thought that was a suckish apology. The song thing, if you interpreted it that way, I could understand. If you interpreted it as her making fun of Sandra Bland, then yeah, cancel her until maybe you come to your senses and think like, wait, maybe she wasn't making fun of Sandra Bland. But as far as like being, because I'm thinking like, okay, were these group chats racist? From my understanding and from what, there's no evidence to prove that they are. It makes total sense that she wouldn't know that there are white supremacists in these group chats. And then like canceling her over saying the N-word? Really? Is that how low we're gonna stoop now? Is there no logic in the world anymore? Like, come on, be about what you talk about. If you're going to be about certain people can and cannot say the N-word, then be about it. But now I just see a lot of hypocrisy. I just feel like the internet was just full of hypocrisy. And I just want to make it clear. I've been thinking about the situation, kind of just like going over it and thinking about it as to why people are really canceling her, which was the group chats. I've been thinking over it and I'm like, I really don't understand why people are going to these lengths. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get why maybe I'm missing something. Maybe someone who has canceled her, let me know in the comment section why you did cancel her. If it's about the tweets, the old tweets, that's fine. If it's about but as far as like the group chats are concerned and her saying the N-word, I'm confused because I'm like, how? I don't understand it. I don't get it. And in my personal opinion, I just feel like the fact that this blew up the way that it did because of these specific reasons that I outlined, I think that it's dumb and I don't feel like it's warranted. And that's just how I personally feel. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please enjoy this obligatory Tom Holland picture as I close out. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I know this video was long, however, I just feel like I needed to hit I feel like I hit the points that I wanted to hit, and said what I wanted to say. The situation is, in my opinion, a little ridiculous, given the reasons that have been given. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're gonna cancel her for better reasons than what I have been seeing on Twitter. That's just how I feel. And I just want to make it clear that I'm not sitting here as a Doja Cat stan, and I'm not gonna sit here and defend her when I feel like she is wrong, as I have said in the video. However, do I feel like she's wrong in a lot of situations that people are canceling her for? No, I don't. I do think that she was wrong in some situations, and I do think that she needs to give a better apology, for sure. But I'm not going to sit here and just hop on a bandwagon that I don't even understand, you know? I'm going to choose for myself and think for myself, and hopefully you do the same. So yeah, that is it for this video. Please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of the situation, and if you did cancel her, please explain why in the comment section, just so that I can understand and everyone else who is confused can understand, because I genuinely want to know, like, really what is the reason for this, because I don't understand the reasons that I have seen. And please do subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and turn on post notifications to be notified of the next time that I post a video. So yeah, thank you so much for bearing with me, for watching this video. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.